Well, hello, Lakeside. I'm out here at one of my favorite places at Big Creek, and lo and behold, I wake up this morning to snow, and that was quite a surprise. And the air is crisp, but it's so beautiful out here, and it's so calm. And I'm just thankful for the peace in the midst of an anxious time. And I trust you're experiencing the peace that only Christ can offer. Last Sunday was Easter, and it was weird preaching to an empty house, as it's been the last some Sundays now, I guess. But especially on Easter, when there's so much excitement, and the young little girls are in dresses, and some of the little boys have suits on, and I even wore a tie for the occasion. And yet God is at work. We had a young lady surrender her life to Christ and trust in His finished work on the cross for the very first time, through the gospel going out through somebody from our church, and then her listening to the gospel message live stream. So God is at work, and I want to encourage you. Now on Easter, we were in a kind of a text you wouldn't think about for Easter, Hebrews 12 and verse 2. And the NIV version says to fix our eyes on Jesus. And so I spent some time talking about fixing our eyes on Jesus crucified, and then fix our eyes on Jesus resurrected, and then lastly, fix our eyes on Jesus coming back. And one day He's going to come back, and there's going to be a new heaven and a new earth, and we'll forever be face to face with Him. Until then, we have a responsibility, those of us who have trusted in the finished work of Christ. And that's to pursue Christ, to be passionate about living for Christ. And so this very Sunday, we're going to start a brand new series out of the book of Philippians called Pursuing Christ. I'm very excited about it. Paul wrote a letter to the Philippian people while he himself was in prison, shackled to 2 Roman soldiers. And one of the overarching themes of Philippians is how to have joy in the midst of difficult circumstances. I'm so thankful that 3 or 4 months ago, before we knew anything about this, that God led the leadership and myself to go through the book of Philippians. So I want to encourage you to join us live stream and invite a neighbor or friend. Don't assume that their church has a live stream. I guarantee I'll share the gospel, and I'm really excited about opening up this letter from Paul to the Philippian people that he loved dearly. Now we have a resource that's gonna be on our resource table at the front entrance of the church, and I want you to come in the next couple of days, and we have stacks of these. And here's the resource. It's just a little black journal specifically for Philippians, and we've used these for other letters and studies ourselves, but we have one for every adult and person who would use it and journal and write down their thoughts. This will be a valuable resource when we get to the other side of this virus, and you can look back and see what God was doing in your life. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity to be your pastor. I care about you. The leaders care about you. We want to know how you're doing. Please communicate with us.